Do you have an aquaponics system? Is it lacking in nutrients and supplements? Today's your day. Today we're going to show you how I supplement my aquaponics system with iron, Epsom salt, and dry seaweed. So stay tuned for a video on the aquaponics system and how I supplement it with these nutrients. Be right back.
Do me a favor, subscribe to my channel.
Real quick, check out the goldfish. They're doing great. Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about guttural noises from my aquaponics system. We're going to be talking about supplementing my aquaponics system with some extra nutrients so that way the plants get everything they need. So I use some basic stuff, some iron, some Epsom salt, and then some seaweed. The seaweed adds potassium, I believe, or phosphorus, potash, which is potassium. Phosphorus? I forget. NPK. It's definitely potassium because NPK ratio stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So phosphorus would be the second number. This is definitely the third number in the package. So I may not remember all these things, but definitely have it written down there for me. So I use MaxiCrop water soluble seaweed powder. This is a concentrate. It is a 0:0:017 in the NPK ratio, which means it does have quite a bit of that potassium. So that's good for the root growth as well as some other stuff. It helps to transport nutrients throughout the plant. And then I use Carl Pool's DTPA 11% iron chelate, and I actually got the measurements for this from Rob Bob's Aquatics. So he has a very good video on taking your percent of iron and the volume of your system to figure out how much iron you need to dose your system up to 2 parts per million. So I've done the math, followed his video, which I'll leave a link above to that video so you guys can figure out the math as well for your systems. The amount I do is 16 or 6.8 grams of the iron chelate, and I mix that in. And then I just do 1 to 2 ounces of the Epsom salt. You want to be careful with this because with too much magnesium, you could have some lockout of some different nutrients, calcium as well as iron. I believe there's 3 of them that fight for the use, and if you have one over the other, then it's gonna block out all the absorption of that. So definitely be careful with your calciums and your magnesiums, which magnesium sulfate. So first thing we're gonna measure out is our iron chelate. So you just want to take your gram scale, tare it, make sure it's on grams, which it is. And we're gonna do 6.8 grams because this is a 110 gallon system. As the wind blows it everywhere. Really? It wasn't blowing any wind at all. It was not windy. And my scale is spazzing out. It's gotta be the wind. That's probably why I measure this inside usually. Well, it doesn't have to be exact. We're just gonna get it close. Yeah, I saw 6.8 on there. Looks good. So definitely do this inside where it's not windy. Now we're gonna change to ounces. Tare it again. Next thing, Epsom salt. And I usually just do a good handful. You know, it gives us 1 ounce right there. And all we're gonna do is dump this right into the system. Same thing with this guy. Next thing, my seaweed powder. And for this, I just do 2 teaspoons. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm gonna do 8 of these. Now you're gonna notice this is gonna turn the system red. Might not be able to see the fish for a couple days. See how dark that is now? You can see it a lot better on camera, but where I'm standing, I can barely see a couple inches in. So there's quite a few guides out there to figure out what nutrient deficiencies your system is having. So before dosing with anything, you know, if you're having good growth and you're not seeing any issues, really no point in dosing anything. You know, the feed that you're putting in there, the waste from the fish is giving the plants everything they need. But for the most part, iron is the one that a lot of us have to supplement because there's not a lot of iron, or at least plant soluble and water soluble iron in our fish food. So you're not gonna see a lot of that. So that's the biggest one. You'll start to see, you know, yellowing of the veins or yellowing of the leaves in between the veins. So just keep an eye out on your plants and see how everything's going. You know, the system's doing really good. I've harvested quite a bit of that broccoli. My Brussels sprouts aren't growing, and that's due to a nitrogen deficiency. So I'm probably gonna have to pull them up and just start again next year because I'm not getting any Brussels on my sprouts. So besides that, everything's doing good. My peppers, getting a little choked out by the greens and the aphids. They're taking over. And God love them, you know. They're still producing. They're like, we can do this. I can still give you peppers. So I need to start trimming some of these greens up. I need to get into those peppers so I can start spraying those aphids off. Broccoli, quite a bit more heads on it. So these look like they're starting to flower, which what I've been doing is I just harvest them and throw them in my smoothies. You know, you can blend them up, put them in a soup. You could eat them cooked, raw, whatever you want to do. Definitely a mess down there. But it's doing good. I'm excited. Goldfish are happy, plants are happy. It's great. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, I definitely appreciate it. And I hope this video has taught you a little bit about some added nutrients and minerals that you can add to your aquaponics system. So as always, if you love me, you love my fish, you love my videos, hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it. So thanks again for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.